4 days after the government passing the NPA ordinance. The RBI clearly today choosing to tighten the noose around weak banks. And so the central bank has put IDBI Bank under watch by initiating the prompt corrective action. Ruchi Bhatia, who reported that story way back on the 23rd of March, is now joining in from Delhi with more details. Ruchi, first, do put things into perspective for us. Exactly what does prompt corrective action mean? And the fact that the central bank has initiated it against the IDBI Bank, how damning is it?
So, Tanya, let me first begin by talking about what happens and how is a prompt corrective action plan is really triggered. So, the RBI, the central bank, has these trigger points so that a bank doesn't go bust. And these trigger points are based on the kind of asset quality a bank has, the kind of work that the bank is doing, the kind of CRAR or in fact the ROA that the bank is working at. And this is not for the first time this has happened with IDBI Bank. Back in 2015, when the net NPA of IDBI Bank had touched a level of almost 10%, even that time we saw the RBI put IDBI Bank under the prompt corrective action plan. So now this time around again, because in Q3 we saw the bank post losses of close to over 2,000 crores, and even their gross NPAs are close to 15%, net NPAs at 10%. So that is something that has clearly got the RBI worried, and they feel that once the AQR activity is over, in Q4 the situation is even going to worsen. So what they're going to do, they've put IDBI Bank under a prompt corrective action plan. That means the RBI is going to monitor every single thing that the bank does, which means they will keep a very close eye on the kind of loans that IDBI Bank will give. They will not be allowed to give high risk, high value loans. Apart from that, they will restrict their branch expansion plan. They will tell IDBI Bank to cut their expenses, cut any sort of extra expenditure, so to say. They will tell IDBI Bank to lower their dividend payout to the government, and will give very specific targets to IDBI Bank to lower their NPAs. Remember, this is not IDBI Bank has even been wrapped by the parliamentary panel, where they have said very clearly that if at all the government wants to reduce their equity in IDBI Bank, then there is a need to put IDBI back in its financial health. So that is something that the RBI will also look to do. Very specific targets will be given this time around. And we understand that although the bank is looking to allay fears, is saying that there is not going to be much of a change in their work, but clearly RBI is taking note of each and everything that IDBI Bank does, and obviously we are expecting some sort of a movement on the stock tomorrow when the stock opens in trade as well.